Whoa. Bayside. BAE. Wait. There were so many people in here, I didn't even realize you had a Hakosuka GTR in here.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. When I woke up this morning, I didn't expect to see this. Actually, I didn't know what to expect, and that's the beauty of it. This is so incredible. First of all, this is my first time doing anything like this. A museum exhibit opening, but also featuring my pictures. Wow. A little awkward, if I'm being honest, but also so cool that this exists in Germany. I think it's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Let's just kind of do a quick walk around. We'll talk about some of the cars, but we'll also talk about the museum itself. There's two, right? There's one that is more focused on cars and art that supports it.
Yes.
And then the other museum, which is the first one, is more focused on art, and then the cars are supporting the art.
Correct.
This is so crazy. Look at this. You guys went all out on this exhibit. So how did this all start? Because you reached out to me about, what, half a year ago?
Yes.
And you told me, hey, we want to do a JDM car exhibit, and we want you to have photos up so it can kind of support the exhibit, but we also want you to come and visit for the opening. So, like, where did this all start from? What was the idea?
So the idea was very simple, to address the different subculture we have never had before in our museum. So we have also, with this, more addressed a younger generation of people, so the new classic cars as well. And so we thought about, okay, what is a cool group, a cool scene, and we figured out the JDM scene is a very attractive one, a very interesting one. We never thought about, and the more we introduced ourselves into this scene, the more interesting it became. And so we decided, let's go for this, let's have a try. And it started with a call to you saying, hey, have you pictures for us? Have you interest in coming over? And this is where it started. And then we went deeper and deeper in this scene, in this theme. And finally, we said, this is brilliant. What we learned in the last half year about this scene is really brilliant. It's overwhelming, it's fascinating, it's inspiration. And so we said, okay, let's go for, and this is where it started.
Yeah, so then now along with it, we're doing like a fun little opening, meeting some of the fans here, but also so many people brought their cars for me to sign and also for me to see. But I could not believe how many people showed up for this.
So normally, let's say it this way, when we open an exhibition, so it's more traditional, it's more special, we invite people and we have, it's somehow special around, and we have, let's say, 50 people in a good opening and interesting exhibition. Maybe we have 100 people just for the opening event. And for this event, we did it totally different. So we announced it on social media, we shared it in the network of the JDM community, and we have not been aware what will happen. So we expected, let's have more than 50 would, let's say, good. Let's have more than 100, cool. And I checked the counter just a couple minutes before, and we have something around 500 people today here with us, just for an opening, and not invited. We just shared it in the community, and we have roughly 500 people here.
500 people all around Germany and also Switzerland.
So we have people from Germany, Switzerland, Austria, we have people from France. I think I have had a Belgium license plate, and let's say 30% of these people, they came, not everybody was just one person in one car. Our parking lot was fully, and we have other parking lots around here, also full. So I've seen a car with a Belgium license plate, so this is just crazy. I cannot say it different, it's just crazy.
Okay, so some people have told you they woke up at 4 a.m. Some people drove their cars 4 a.m. anywhere, somewhere in Germany, on the Autobahn, driving for hours and hours just to get here.
Yes.
That's insane. You know, this is something that I'm talking about all the time now. This culture really is our modern generation, right?
Yes.
It is something that we are the caretakers of these vehicles that you see here. And while you haven't had vehicles like this in this museum, I hope this sparks something for you folks. What a lot of people also may not know is that the Mack Museum is not in like a major metropolitan city.
It's in Singen.
Singen? What's the population of Singen?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. A couple of 10,000 of people, maybe 100,000, but not more. But travel to Singen and here's nothing really around. So what we tried to make this happen, and we never thought about will it work or will it not work. So we said we go for, because this was our vision. And so we tried to get the best cars in here. So a collection of Midnight Purple, GTRs, R33, R2, R34, and R35.
And let me tell you, this is something really special for me because I have such an affinity towards the Nissan Skyline. I love working with Nissan very closely. This is my first time, after all my years of shooting, seeing all 4 of the cars together. First time. And I feel like that's a pretty big deal. If you guys are in this area at all, Southwest Germany, anywhere in this area, it's definitely worth checking out. We're gonna go check out some of the other exhibits and then we'll talk about some of the other cars. Now we're in the Midnight Purple room.
Yes.
This is so unique and it's just so cool to see all of these cars here. Of course, this being the newest one. Where did you get the idea to display these? Like, where did this even come from? Because these cars, especially the Skylines, they weren't originally in Germany.
We asked around, what do you prefer? What do you want to see? When you want to come over here, and what do we need to do that this is really great? And I said, what is about Midnight Purple collection? What is about Fast and Furious cars? And what is about JDM tuning cars or street race drift cars? And the very prompt answer was number 1, Midnight Purple.
So this is really interesting in that you're just trying to do something different. And I really like the fact that you're going out of your own comfort zone for something like this, right? You're not just staying within, like what type of cars do you like? You like everything, I'm assuming.
Myself, I like cars, so I drive an old Porsche 911. What I saw in Switzerland especially, when you go for such an Alps tour and you go for Alps passes, you see many Swiss cars, JDM cars. The German ones with the, let's say, automotive identity with BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, VW, Audi and so on. So this is the German automotive identity. If you look into other countries without a big car manufacturer, then as an example Swiss, then you see what they select without any history from a national automotive perspective. And you see many cars in Switzerland. And so this was already interesting to see what are they driving, but we listened. So the most important thing what we did is listen to the community, and they said, hey, if you go for something, go for this. But they told us as well, you will not succeed, or they hope we will succeed. Let's say it this way. Because if you see 1 Midnight Purple original car, would be great. If you have 2, would be brilliant. Now we have 4 in one room, and in one room means it's a dark room just enlightened by special light. We have special light here in the room just for these cars to make this color shining. And this is what we are going for, because when we do something, we want to do it perfect.
Now we're on the 4th floor.
Yes.
And this is more of like museum-owned cars, or how does this actually work?
So we have different cars, and we have, let's say, 30–40% owned cars. So the museum has an own collection, and part of this collection is shown in the museum, normally on 4th floor. So here we have a Porsche 914 2-liter 4-cylinder We have an original Carrera RS 2.7. Is this one? Very special.
Beautiful car.
And,
I love this so much.
And I can tell you, I laugh because the less you drive these cars, the higher the maintenance costs are. So it's really brilliant that I am the one driving all these cars.
Poor you.
Yeah.
So you have to keep these up in tip-top shape, huh?
Yeah. So we have our own mechanic, always looking after the cars, and so this is one of the reasons why these cars are all in perfect condition.
Wait, so do you have a workshop on site?
Yeah, we have our own small garage here. We have a real workshop with lift and everything. We have a couple of kilometers away.
Aside from like the special exhibit that you have going on, for example, right now is the JDM collection.
We have two.
It's going for 5 months, so if you guys are watching this video, pretty much December, end of December? Or
End of January.
End of January.
January.
The JDM car collection will still be here?
Yes.
So then you're always constantly changing the exhibits.
Yes.
That way it's always a fresh, if you come every year or every 6 months, there's always new cars to see.
So we have cars we see for a year or two. We have cars you just see for 5 months. It depends on the person or the people giving the cars to us to show. So the winter season is quite easy to get cars for. The summer season is a bit more tricky.
Like this is such a quirky car here that you have. This is part of the museum collection?
Yes, it's a BMW Z1.
I love the door
with
on
the
this.
Doors going down. This is a car. It's I would not say it's a daily driver, but we use the cars because they need to be driven.
What is this room?
So this is also a room of our own cars. Here we have, on the right side, we have pre-war race cars or pre-war cars. Here the first one is a Lagonda LG6. It's a Le Mans race car from 1938. This is a car I drive most often. And also with this car, we participate in uphill races, we call it, I think.
Are the townspeople here in Zingen, they are used to you driving this or on the road?
So we are not driving this as a daily driver along the road. So let's say once a month or every second month, this car is out of the museum, is on an event, on an old-timer meeting or so.
But is this street legal?
This is all street legal. All cars we have here are street legal and ready to drive.
That's crazy. Oh, what do we have here?
This is a very sneak preview because these cars are cars for one of our next exhibitions. So they are already delivered to us. You see they are very special, not seen so far. And this is what we have for our next exhibition. Wow. So and now please recover the cars.
GT1, okay. All right. Fancy.
We are not just showing old cars or traditional classic cars. Mm-hmm. So we have also hypercars, the most modern you can see.
Yeah, this is great.
And especially the Ferrari is not known so far.
Right, that's awesome. That's cool. And it's cool that you have some neoclassic Ferraris.
Yeah, well, this is Marcos. Don't know whether you know this brand. It's a Marcos, and then we have two Ferrari.
Love it.
From my point of view, the most beautiful Ferraris, not just at these types.
Yeah, this era of Ferrari is incredible.
Yeah.
Unlike anything else. First of all, this is a beautiful view out here. You can see there's a huge volcano over here, right?
But a dead one.
Inactive volcano.
Inactive, yeah.
And it's the biggest one around this area?
This is the biggest one of 7.
Here you have this really incredible time attack car, FDRX7. That is so cool. Track tool. I'm so glad you reserved this space for this because it's a lot of natural light, and it being a black car, it's reflecting all of the windows.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. So now we're on the 2nd floor.
Yes.
And what are we looking at here?
So these are all cars from the bodywork done by Erdmann and Rossi, a bodywork company in Berlin, pre-war. And so the chassis are from Auto Union, Mercedes, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and so on. Maybach, we have one here. And the owners have ordered such a chassis and given to Erdmann and Rossi to build a special body.
Yeah, because at the time, if you're wealthy enough to purchase an automobile,
Yeah.
you have to get the chassis, but you have to get a custom-built body. And you can go to a bunch of different manufacturers just for the body
Yes.
to make something luxurious, make something unique for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what you're showcasing right here.
Exactly, and Erdmann and Rossi was one of the leading ones in Germany. And so we have also James Francis Gill as an artist around. He had the idea to paint ladies in cars. So this was the idea. And so we have the art around from James Francis Gill and the cars of these times in the room.
That's so interesting. It really is so cool. It almost makes too much sense to have art and cars in the same exhibit.
It's interesting how people react to this. So if you go to an auto museum, you see many cars in one room, full of cars. The single car is not displayed as a single car, it's just sheer mass. What we try is to have a limited number of cars in the room so that you can, let's say, display every car special and surrounded by art. And so we try to combine this in a, we hope, good way. And when we see how people, how visitors react to this, we see ourselves confirmed that we did something right. When you talk about art cars,
Whoa, that is so cool. So what's the story behind this one?
so BMW art cars are pretty known. And so this art car is built based on an approval by BMW that we are allowed to build our own art car. So we have given this car to an artist, and it was built based on our order and investment, and so we have our own art car under approval from BMW.
What an interesting livery. It has your building in it.
Sure.
And then it's a mix of like dot matrix art and even the volcanoes in here. Huh?
Yes. Yes. So our symbol for the museum is showcasing or showing the volcano or the castle on top of the volcano. And so we are happy that the artist has taken these links because we are based in Singen, and this is what we have here.
That is so cool.
We placed it here because we have also here a video art. So here as an example, we have cars frozen in ice, and over 10 minutes as a time-lapse art, you see the melting ice and giving free the car. So when we come back here in 5 minutes, you see more of the car until it's totally free.
It's so much thought put into these little things. This building, this display, all of this is so grand, and it's incredible that it's just dropped into this little town of Singen. Why here?
So the founders are from here. They are born here. It's the couple Hermann and Gabriela Meyer, and they've been looking for doing something also to the city, to give something back to the city. They've been, from a business perspective, very successful here in Singen, and so their vision was also to give something back, to create something great from their perspective, and created the first museum, MAC 1. It was just called MAC, as Museum Art and Cars, and opened in 2013. And it's a smaller building, just 2 floors, not 4 floors, or 5 floors, including the Sky Lounge. And it was a great success. And many people visiting the first MAC, or MAC 1, have been asking for, oh, it would be great if you could show more cars. And so they decided just to build a second building. It's up I think three times the size of the first one. And here we have around 50 cars in one building, and showcasing or showing cars supported and surrounded by art.
I asked that question because generally speaking, especially in Germany, most of the car museums are where the cars are being manufactured, right? You have BMW in Munich, you have Porsche in Stuttgart, right? And you have all of these incredible museums spread all over the major cities, but it's just so interesting that this is literally just plopped into this area. Like, it's worth it. It's worth making the trip out here to check it out. I think it's interesting enough, but it's super cool that you're really pushing the limit of what's possible with car exhibits and car museums. I think this is really neat.
We are not linked to a manufacturer, so we can display whatever we want. And this is a big advantage. We are not limited, we can do whatever we want, and we do whatever we want. And if we want to make a new experience, as an example, the JDM exhibition, fine, nobody is to be asked because it's self-owned, the museum, and so we can take decisions as we like. So this is just the vision we are here executing from the founders and funders, Hermann and Gabriela Meyer.